Hello everybody, so nice to see you. I'm Terry. Welcome to our weekly energy reading. Woo! I'm going to take a temperature check of what's going on through the cards, and also my guides have given me some information as well for what we might be experiencing as a feeling for the week of May 3rd. Now, this is a timeless reading, so what this means is that when you're listening to this, it's the right time, you're in the right place. So even if you're not watching this or listening to this during the week of May 3rd, it's okay. You will hear this message when you need to. All of these timeless readings are just like this. So never worry about the timing of you hearing or getting information, because it's exactly when you need to, and it is exactly when it'll be the biggest and most benefit for you. It's interesting, as I'm currently in a really crazy situation where I received information super late, like so late. So thank you for watching and witnessing this, what just happened. So because of you guys, I was able to also receive and take that information about divine order and divine timing. So thank you. All right, let's get back to the task at hand. Yes. Remember, I'm reading for the collective. So take what information resonates, toss what doesn't. And if you want something more personal, more private, please feel free to reach out to me. Check out my site, terryhuberman.com, and you can see all the different ways that we can work together. And yes, I do work with people one-on-one. And if you're excited about this reading, go ahead and click the like button, because other people will be able to also receive this information and the video will get around. So thank you for helping me spread the word. So what does Team Terry have to say? My guides were talking about this week, May 3rd, being super important when it comes to listening. So the focus is on listening, but not just hearing what people say, really being able to listen and witness. So for example, what I just did with you guys was I gave you an opportunity to witness me in, saying something and in my vulnerable moment, right? So listening to someone is not just hearing the words they say, it's about acknowledging them. It's about witnessing them. So this week, to kind of get through the week, there's going to be opportunities. I'm going to call them opportunities instead of disagreements or instead of flare-ups or chaos or whatever. I'm going to call them opportunities to activate your listening, right? So you can give attention to, give support to, witness someone in their disarray or their breakdown, okay? And someone will hopefully be able to listen to you too in that way, so that you can be heard, seen, acknowledged. So spread this video out, right? So that you can receive that end too. Listening is a super important skill to have, because it will actually make somebody give you information or not give you information, right? And not just that, listening without a filter of some sort, which is really hard to do because each of us have our own human experience here. We have our past experiences, which form our present experiences, which ultimately will form our future experiences. Yes, so we're time traveling all the time, all the freaking time. So it's super, super important to give someone acknowledgement through the art form of listening, right? So oftentimes mirroring back what they are saying allows them to feel like you're hearing them and you're seeing them and you're witnessing them and you're acknowledging them. Like, yes, I hear what you have to say. Now, even if you don't agree with what they have to say, that's a whole separate story. You don't have to shame somebody. That's a really big problem. And this is probably why my guides were saying it's super important to listen this week. You don't shame somebody because they have a different opinion than you. I mean, that the world, life, planet Earth, human experience needs differentiation, needs individuation in order for our evolution and the soul to shift and change and learn and get the lessons it needs it through sometimes chaos and disagreement. So it's not bad. These days, everybody is somehow, taking this whole thing about if you have a different opinion, you're wrong. And then they're distorting it. There's a lot of distortion these days. So much distortion. So much distortion. So what are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who's listening to you, right? What are you saying that needs to be listened to? Come from your own authentic truth. Does that feel right in your body? And if someone else has a different opinion, you can still witness them. You can still be there to support them. It's just differentiation, and that's not bad and that's not wrong. But these days, everything is wrong, apparently. So never feel like you can't say something, and never feel like you can't hear something that's different. Hear it, listen to it. Maybe specifically this week, go out and have conversations with people who have different opinions, who have different points of view, so that you can practice listening to them with clearer ears, right? And with acceptance, right? We don't need to shame anybody, or we don't need to put anybody else down because they have a different opinion. It's those differences that we actually need to thrive in life, and people are turning it around and making it a survival technique or a survival experience, when that's a distortion. There's a lot of distortion going on. Okay, so this week you're going to want to do your best to listen, and hopefully somebody will give you the same respect and listen back, even if your opinions or your points of views are different. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick some cards for us now. I do pick 4 cards, so I kind of try and talk a little bit, to do some little small talk, chit chat, while I pick up the cards. So just make sure that you're doing the best that you can to be a good human. And being a good human means not judging other people and allowing them their experience, right? Because hopefully they're doing the same for you. There's a lot of shaming going on out there, and it's going to be the human experience to shift that and change that, and that's what's happening. So never be afraid to stand up for yourself. Never be afraid to walk away from something, and never be afraid to listen to somebody else's point of view or opinion, even if it's not yours. All right, got my cards. Let's do a reveal. We have the 8 of Diamonds. Love it. We have El Cotorro. Very good. We have Serenity. Nice. And we have the Tower. Dun, dun, dun. Tower card. Tower, Serenity, 8 of Diamonds, and El Cotorro. Yes, this is going to be a very big week of disclosure, it feels like. That's probably this Tower thing. So you're going to be hearing, whether it's on a personal level or a collective level, you're going to be hearing something that feels like it's going to kind of knock you on your ass, okay? It's going to shake up your world. It might completely put you on a different timeline or a different human experience. If you can find yourself some serenity within the experience. So for example, I am in this process. I'm in a Tower moment right now, personally, where I have to move. And I'm in the middle of a move, and I've got to pack up everything and downsize and the whole thing. And I was given wrong dates, so now I have even less of a time to do all that. Plus, I got to make these videos for you. Plus, I've got other business stuff, and plus I've got coaching and I've got, readings to do, and just like da, right? So there's a lot of anxiety. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to find serenity within the little moments over and over and over again, because that is the only way I'm going to be able to get through this as a person with a tendency to be super anxious and want to rush through things and make a lot of mistakes, because it feels better to get it done than it is to get it right. So, you know, I'm having my own personal tower moment. So that's just an example. So during this week, the week of May 3rd, you might hear something or experience something that's going to kind of knock you off your ass, but that's okay. If you can go ahead and find those moments and be fully aware and make an effort to go, I'm going to look for good things. I'm going to look for happy things. I just want to share with you a good thing that I experienced, just so you understand, or so you can see how I do my work. Because I'm often asked, well, Terry, how do you do the work? And I'm like, okay, let me show you. Well, this is how I do it. I freak out just like everybody else. I have to collect myself, and then I look for little goodnesses, right? So I'm gonna have to defrost my refrigerator, and it's one of those refrigerators that has like ice and water, right? So I'm gonna have to empty the refrigerator. I have to unplug, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do. I don't know like what model fridge do I have, so I can Google how to do all this. Well, as I'm cleaning stuff out, I found the manual for my fridge that I got like, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that. So I was like, oh my God, this is great news. I now have what I needed. It was provided for me, and now I will be able to do that. Woo! One less thing. Gratitude. Thank you. Right? So I found something little to be happy about. So during this week, May 3rd, you're going to be knocked on your ass, and I'm sorry, and it sucks. And I'm part of that too. So God forbid something terrible happens for anybody. But I'm just saying, you're going to have this moment. You're going to hear about it. But when you can find those moments of serenity, you'll be able to actually bring in some abundance in your life. So believe it or not, those moments of like those silver linings or those, you know, good moments, when you capitalize on them, they'll go far. So it'll keep the momentum of positivity going in spite of whatever is happening with you going on in that now moment. So with purpose, with intention, with effort, look for the good things that happen during this week, even though you're going to hear about something or experience something that's going to knock you off your ass. So it could be a heads up buttercup kind of week. I just want to, you know, say that. So yeah, it's going to be important to listen. It's going to be important to listen. I'm trying to marry these two now because so if it's somebody else that's having this, be able to listen to them through their experience. This almost feels like it's two completely different readings, I got to tell you, within that 1 week. So here's what I want to say, because I'm trying to marry the message that my team gave me for what's going on this week and what the cards are saying, and they do feel two different things. So it's going to be a big week, and there's two different aspects of this week, May 3rd. So it's almost like you're getting like a double bonus reading, a double bonus reading for the week of May 3rd. There's going to be a lot going on this week. So just kind of buckle up, breathe, find the goodnesses, and do the best that you can in terms of listening to other people, maybe as they go through their experience, okay? And hopefully you'll also have the response from someone else of them listening to you too. But this feels like two separate readings within the 1 week. And I can marry them, but this week I can't, and I've got to honor that. So it's going to be a big week. This is just the way it is. Sometimes this just happens. And maybe one is on a collective level and one's on a more personal level. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out, right? Isn't that the way it always goes? We'll see how it all plays out. I'm not the end all be all. So now I'm so curious. This is awesome. Well, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected. Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to your friends and family. And of course, you can stay connected to me. You can check me out at terryhuberman.com. And I'll see ya on the flip side.